Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Tujin and welcome back to MBT Studios. So before I start this review, let me just bring up something. I know we're an audio channel and, being an audiophile related channel, I figured I'd up my game and upgrade my mic. So I did. Now Jay always had a really nice mic. I think he spent like $1,000 on his Sennheiser mic. And I finally bit the bullet and upgraded to a Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. So let me know what you guys think of the audio in the comment down below, and let's get right into the review. So today we're looking at something very interesting. It's from a well-known company called SVS, and it's their Prime SoundBase. And this is a unique product that only costs $4.99 USD, and it's from a company that I kind of like. I'll be honest with you, I like SVS. They are an awesome company that is, direct to consumer. They have compelling products and their service is just fantastic. Now, I've bought SVS products before I even became a reviewer, and I bought stuff out of warranty and, I've given them a call before and they're just fantastic. So, when I found out that they had an amplifier, despite other reviewers already reviewing it, I wanted to try it. Because, as an audiophile, you just want to try new things. And that's what I want to do. And I wanted to basically give my opinion and relay it to you guys. So this is essentially a smart, compact, integrated amplifier and streamer at $4.99. It also does 150 watts per channel at 4 ohms, basically a total combined of 300 watts. And that is pretty impressive. And on top of all that, it is quite a compact unit. The finish is really nice, generally, and the build is decent. It's not, something that was made in a shed. It's a well-polished product from a company that knows how to make a product. For their first amplifier, I am pretty impressed. So this isn't your typical audiophile amplifier, bare bones kit. This is something that has quite a bit going for it. And it also targets a wider audience. Like, this targets not only the audiophile community, but for those enthusiasts and those who want convenience. In fact, I would recommend this over any of the Sonos options because it essentially competes with Sonos without any of the premium and anti-consumer acts or, actions that they've committed. I just don't like Sonos because they brick their older products that work just fine through firmware updates, so I wouldn't recommend it. And I used to be a salesman back in the day when I was part-time and I was in school. I got a summer job at Visions Electronics. It was like a local electronics store where I live, and I learned a lot about audio there. And one of the things that sold a lot were Sonos playbars, Sonos amps, because the UI was just fantastic, and there was nothing that really competed. Now, here comes SVS with a product that genuinely destroys them. Not only does it have amazing, power specs, but it competes on a, performance level with the convenience and a well-rounded app. So let's talk about the inputs of this amplifier. There's actually quite a bit going on. So there is a Wi-Fi connection or wired internet connection to essentially, enable those streaming services. And you can hook up Bluetooth by pushing a button on the back and pairing it with your phone. Same with Wi-Fi. There's 2 Ethernet ports, I believe, that go in and out. And you get 2 analog ins, so one through auxiliary, 3.5 millimeter, and a RCA in, along with RCA pre-outs, a subwoofer pre-out, and an optical in. So there's quite a bit of connectivity with this amplifier. Now, when you use the app, I believe it's called DTS Play, and it's a well-polished app. Now, there are all-in-one, cheaper all-in-one, built-in streamers. I believe we got in something called the Aurelic, and that was something that came about a month ago, and it's about like $200. But here's the thing. If you're making an amplifier, that's an all-in-one streamer, and a solution that is supposed to be convenient, it has to be convenient. And that's what this SVS Prime SoundBase does. It works really well. The app is smooth, and that's what you want when you have, an amplifier that is, as convenient as this, with the usability that you want. And what's cool about this is that you can set it with multiple zones. If you're using Spotify, it will detect this amplifier and you can essentially just, Spotify music right off your phone. Now, there's one thing I don't like about this amplifier, or what I thought I didn't like. When I first got this amplifier, I realized it came with no remote. And now, normally with a normal amplifier, I would be furious. I mean, how do you turn this thing off? How do you control the volume? Well, the app basically does most of that. Not the power, but it controls the volume and all the inputs quite well. As I said, it works really well. In terms of power, it's nifty. So it is a Class D amplification, so it's power efficient. But essentially, it goes into like an auto standby mode. And as soon as it gets signal through one of the multiple ways of connecting, audio to this unit, it will turn on, and essentially in 2 to 3 seconds, you will have audio. So I use this near field on my desktop setup with my KEF R100s, my R400 subwoofer, and I took out the Savage A20A that I was reviewing and posted a video on before, and I essentially hooked this system up, hooked this unit to my system. And it's cool because what I have is, like, I have a headphone setup, I have this amplifier, and I have a Little Bear XLR switcher, and I can essentially switch what my DAC signal is going to. And literally switching from my headphone amplifier to this, I just turned a knob, and within 2 to 3 seconds, I have audio. I don't have to reach to it for a remote, and turn on my amplifier or turn it off once I'm done with the day, and I don't have to really adjust the volume because it remembers what the volume is. Now, there are more features. There are some presets that you can set, but we are an audiophile channel, so let's talk about the overall sound, because SVS does say this is a product for audiophiles. So in terms of sound, this is a neutral unit, but there's a couple things that I need to mention right off the bat. At low volumes, this does not shine. It really does shine at those medium to higher levels. So for me, when I really want to jam out, I listen to my speakers at my listening position about 80 dB. And if I'm just, having ambient music, that's about 75 dB. And at those levels, I'm toe tapping, I'm having a blast. The dynamics really come alive. And as an all-in-one unit, it's impressive. The headroom really shows. There's no real emphasis in the bass response. But when the track that you're listening to demands some, authority, this amplifier delivers. In terms of tonality and richness, it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's nothing crazy, but depending on the speaker that you pair it with, I'm sure you can have a blast. It's not as good as my Denon PMA 1600 NE, but then again, that is like 4 times the price, so that is not a fair comparison. But am I upset? No, I'm actually having a good time listening to this amplifier. Detail resolution, it's not the most resolving, but there is quite a bit of detail, and it is decent. Soundstage is given as is, and there's no real attenuation in any of the frequencies. Now, some features that I would like to see from SVS is a high pass filter built in. That would be awesome. And maybe some tone controls embedded into the app. Because as of now, you can't really do that. And it is a smart unit, so I'm pretty sure they can integrate it. Maybe I overlooked it, who knows? It's nothing that I could find on their website. So, overall, who is this unit for? Well, this is for someone who, has a budget of $499, and you want everything in one small compact package, and that is the SVS SoundBase. And it works really well. The power is unexpectedly good. I mean, considering SVS, they've been a company, they've been around for so long. They really nailed it. They produced a product that I could highly recommend for anyone who's essentially, setting up an audio system for the first time. Want zones. Like, even if you're doing, let's say, like an in-ceiling project, for ambient music and whatnot, this is a unit that you can use. Don't buy that crap from Sonos, okay? I hate you, Sonos. Stop with these anti-consumer practices, and maybe I'll be okay with Sonos. But until they keep on, bricking older units, I'm not going to support it. But anyways, back to this unit. Yes, I recommend it. It is quite good. I mean, I expect nothing less from SVS. And this is a company that has a well-polished background, and they've created a well-polished product. You know, when you want something convenient, it has to be convenient. The app is smooth. You know, I had no issues with it setup-wise. It was easy breezy. And typically, you know, when you get like an app-based product, it can get confusing real fast. But this was not. So just for that, I mean, that basically elevates the experience for me, and I highly recommend it. That basically wraps up my review. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I always look down in the comments. You know, I read everything that you guys say. Well, not everything, but, you know, most of it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.